We are live on YouTube.
Oh, we're live. God. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. YouTube. I always start with that. Here we have two. Now I know them a little. We are going to start. If my Mercury's in Taurus, so I can repeat myself. For all of you watching this who are flirting with the idea of buying Interview, which is on sale for $500, it only happens 4 times a year. I think it's $497 actually, and we have a payment plan. It's the way that you can study astrology on your own without having a mentor, but getting enough information where you really could. Honestly, we've had plenty of people just do Interview and then jump right into level 2. So you're getting the first class for half off, because the first class usually is 1,000 or 997. Now it's $497. So if you're someone that's thinking about it and you need some help right now, these two ladies, Jillian and Grace, are going to help us understand, like, why did they do Interview and what did they get out of it, and what's the value of doing self-study. So would you say that you're, Jillian, did you go through the whole class and you really did it by yourself? Like you did level 1 Interview by yourself.
Yes.
And then how was it different? Because then you went ahead and did the real level 1.
Yeah. And I was contemplating whether or not to go into level 2, but I also really wanted to be able to absorb it. And I just have heard so many good things about having a mentor and having that support. But the self-guided was, I mean, I gained so much insight and into just having more compassion, understanding the elements in my loved ones. So
even just studying that, you got your kids, or was it your kids or your husband, or who was it you got compassion for?
Yeah, both my husband and my son and my mother.
Yeah, so this is one of the gifts, right? You can talk about that a little bit, Grace. So what was the self-study program like for you, Grace? Like, were you able to do it in the scheduled time that they sent it to you? Like, are you a self-study person?
I did well. I did very well with the self-study because, first of all, I had time because, we were sitting at home. So I was actually excited. I, would plan my day when I was going to do it. And it didn't seem like work. It was, you were still just learning so much, and you could always go back to it, which is nice.
Studying you. It's so funny. It didn't seem like work. I was studying myself.
I know, it's fun. But it was really good pace. You could always go back if you needed to go back, if you didn't understand something completely. And I liked the meditations that went with the elements. That I actually, and it said to wait 3 days and do the meditations for 3 days, and I did do that. Like I was really, checking
Earth.
everything off.
That's your Earth, Grace. That's a good example.
Right. See, it's like you have to think about it to put it together,
because
but when you do, it's
language,
like, oh.
Exactly. So that was, we were just talking about this, that Grace found out she had lots of Earth in her chart and didn't recognize it. That's what Interview does. It's a language about parts of yourself that you would never know how to talk about because no one ever says to you, what's your personality style? Like, wouldn't life be different if the teacher in the school, when you came into 2nd grade, your mom said, oh, this little girl, she likes rules. Can you give her structure and times? Because she loves schedules. That would be Grace. Or this little girl, Jillian, do not sit her next to someone talking because she just loves people. She'll just start talking her head off and she'll find herself in trouble. Put her in the room next to, you should be sitting next to Grace. So you can imagine that in astrology, because we're studying the language, it's like you're learning a new language. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. You now know that you've got, I love it. Grace has lots of Earth and Jillian has lots of air. Jillian, have you gotten in trouble in life for your air, for being a little...
Not really. Which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I would say more in a sense of the flavor of it. Like with the Aquarian, I'm very, like no is my my mantra. I know, no, I'm not going to do that. I was pretty rebellious in that sense, but with talking a lot. When I was in school, I tried to follow the rules, I guess. but
as a hair cutter, you make it your own.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
And you run your own business?
I do. Yes.
And how has your business been affected by COVID?
pretty immensely. And I mean, I was completely shut down for a couple of months, and now, you know, it's just a lot of added stress with all the pieces and safety and all that. So, but actually being in quarantine has really shown me that I'm at a time where I really do want to shift my career and not be behind the chair. So this is,
Really?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't know that beforehand.
I mean, I had some clues, but
Did astrology help in that?
absolutely. Well, now I want to be an astrologer when I grow up. So
You definitely can. You've definitely got the chart.
yeah.
Because your son's in the 6th house. Did you learn about that, the house position?
Yes.
You're a natural born, honestly.
Yeah, my rising sign, Virgo, and
Virgo.
then sun in the.
You love details.
Yeah.
And you're so good with people. And you've got moon conjunct Uranus. You must get, do you ever have dreams that things tell you things in dreams?
Absolutely, all the time. Learning, I was gonna bring that up, but then I thought if it was a little too advanced for an interview, but learning about Uranus on my emotional body, and that, yeah, I do. I just get these downloads and it can feel almost electrifying at times.
God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
See, that's the opposite of Grace. So Grace, you're so grounded, and it's so.
I know. I'm looking at her going, she's amazing. Like,
I know,
look
but
at
you're
her.
amazing. And this is what you learn in interview, guys. Every personality type has a little instruction manual, but you can't read it until you learn the hieroglyphics. Like, it comes with instructions. You are born without instructions, unfortunately. Your children are born without instructions. But once you have these charts in front of you, it's like, oh, well, this makes so much sense. Why am I in this job that's not satisfying me? Because I didn't even know I had an option of what else I could do. So if you're looking for a new job, or you're trying to figure out what to do when you grow up, you don't have to be an astrologer, but you can look at the chart and go, oh, I had no idea that I was built for this, being quiet, being verbal. So I want to say to all of you watching, in these times of uncertainty, more than ever, the way we can change the planet is by being ourselves. That's what my book, The Missing Element, is all about. Like, just everyone else is taken, just be you.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. And there's no such thing as normal. It's just a setting on the dryer. Like, look, there's an Aquarian in this room. She's as far away from normal as you can get. Now she knows. And we have Grace, the Mars conjunct the Sun in Leo. She needs to move energy. I mean, Grace, you cannot not. With Mars, did you learn about that? Mars being on your Sun?
Not in detail, no. I mean,
in astrology, just as soon as you look at the chart and you see something conjunct the Sun, and you'll learn this in interview. So here's the deal. Interview is a beginner step. You don't have a mentor. You're learning on your own. You're getting your appetite wet. You're learning about small details. Then you come to level 1 with a mentor, or you hire a mentor in an interview, which is, I don't know what she charged. What did Deborah Donnelly charge, Julian? Is that what you said? You took a...
Yeah, I believe it was $100.
Yeah, it's $100. So exactly, for a long time.
For a long, yeah.
So for $100 more, so you get an interview for $497. Then you call up Deborah Donnelly or anyone you want and say, can you go over this with me? Because that's what I'm like. So it's not like we leave you alone. We don't send you off with the program and hope you get it. Like, I love that Jillian went and had a reading with Deborah. I'm sorry, Grace had a reading with Deborah. Jillian went and she got so captured now. Jillian is going through all 3 levels. So it's all up to you, the standards, the levels, how hard you're going to study, but you will definitely have the tickle bug. I have to warn you, I am a drug dealer. You definitely get the beginning of smelling that yummy smell called astrology. And then you start to study. And studying, if you're sitting right now, it's Wednesday, in the midst of this election, which is very, very exciting. I know it's been more stressful. I yesterday ate more sugar, but today I'm not doing that anymore. I was so stressed out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody
Are you in Hawaii?
is.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's on my bucket list.
And we have level 3s. Hey, so interview is the very first step. Baby step interview, self-study, $500. Come in and learn about yourself. Get the language. Maybe you'll take level 1. Maybe you'll just skip right. You can skip right to level 2. the nuts and bolts. How do I apply this and do an actual reading? At the end of level 2, and this will be definitely true for you, Jillian, you can give readings and charge money and pay yourself back for the class. Then you come to level 3, which used to be in Hawaii, but obviously we can't right now, but we will one day. It's all getting better. Then you come to Hawaii with me, and we sit together and I watch you do a reading while I'm sitting next to you, whispering in your ear when you get it wrong. And then you find out you know way more than you thought you knew, because in an interview back at the beginning, you watched all those deep dives and you watched all the stupid videos of me acting like a crazy person. You guys watch those funny videos?
That's why we love you.
We love you for it. Yep.
Yeah, because I'm I call it public schizophrenia. People think it's funny that I act out 12 different signs like a crazy person. I know.
It was very informative, actually.
Yeah,
Very
informative and entertaining.
Absolutely.
So glad. Yes, you guys. Okay, so now we're going to wrap this up and we're going to go over to where are we going next, Kira? I feel like a train, like an astrology train.
Now to Instagram next.
And who's got the Instagram account? Is that you, Jillian, or you, Grace?
No, me. I have Grace.
And so you know how to go on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll talk. I'll help you guys get on.
Oh, I was going to say, am I going to?
No, I'll work with you.
Thank you so much, Jillian. I'm so glad you're studying with Milena. I'm so glad you're in good hands. My little mini me. She's my mini
I love
me.
her. And Ezgi is.
Ezgi.
Yes, I love her. Yes.
Isn't she amazing?
Oh, I just love her so much. Both of them. Yes.
I know. We have a slew of mentors. We've got 25, 30 mentors that teach. Everything we do is live except interview. And you can do interview on your own to get started and feel confident. See, the thing about interview is if you do it now, then you prepare and you can do level 1 again in January. So it's just a running start. Remember when you were a kid? I had kids, and you hold the bicycle from behind when they're starting to learn to bike ride, and then you run, you let go. That's what interview is. It's a running start.
Definitely. Absolutely. So fun.
All right. Off we go to Instagram. If any of you want to watch us, it's Deborah Silverman Astrology, and I'll meet you in there. And Grace, we'll stay here, I guess. Is that what we should do?
Yeah,
Just stay here.
Just stay here.
Okay. Thank you,
All
Mr.
right.